What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scriv, and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is going to be a very interesting topic that I want to talk about. And so, on today's episode of ScrivTalk, I I would say I've been seeing it for like the past couple of weeks actually, mostly on TikTok. So there's this African American woman. She goes by the name Bree. She is basically a former therapist that wound up getting fired due to the content of all her content. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So let's get right on into it. So, with this Bree character, for backstory, from everything that I found out, that she is a 27-year-old African American woman who is, or was a former therapist. Now, where everything basically fell apart for her is the fact that she had been basically trying to get African American men to basically go to counseling. And so now I'm pretty sure you're wondering, okay, well, what's wrong with that and stuff? Now, the thing is, where it fell apart at is the fact that she would basically belittle and degrade black men. She'll call them dusty, she'll call them hoes, she'll basically, talk bad about them and do it under the guise that they need to go to therapy. Now, the thing is, I've actually gone to therapy and stuff. It was for about a year. For about a year, maybe a year and a half and stuff. And so my therapist was the kind of person to where, now mind you, it was an African American male. And so he literally sat with me and stuff like that, and basically, listened to everything that I had to say. And once I, told him everything that was going on with me personally, he wound up, kind of building a system to kind of help me and stuff like that, basically get through life and stuff. And so he, didn't prescribe any like depression medication or anything like that. He wanted to basically see what we can do first. And if that didn't work, then prescribe medicine for me, right? And so now, mind you, that's how a therapist is supposed to be. But yet you have this young lady that's going on social media, as well as, from what I also understand now, I haven't seen it, but supposedly she had been on Twitter and stuff like that, basically, twerking, gyrating and stuff like that, being kind of vulgar while still degrading and belittling men and stuff like that. Mind you, I haven't been on Twitter in years, so I haven't seen it and stuff like that, but I've only seen like the stitch videos from TikTok of what a lot of people have been saying. And so now the thing is, this young lady, she gets fired. Instead of her taking accountability for what it is that she has done, what she does is that she blames black men for it. Now, from what else I've also found out was that she wound up posting something on a Monday. And so now this is from what she said. She had posted something on TikTok on Monday, but then yet she wound up getting fired on Friday. And then she comes back, basically in her car or whatever, crying, boo-hooing, talking about how she's getting evicted because she lost her job. Now let's break down the loopholes with all of that. Now, the thing is, the way some jobs are, or well, actually, no, not some jobs, the way some states are, you have a lot of states and stuff like that to where they will talk to you and everything first. They'll pull you into the office, be like, hey, This is what's going on that we've noticed. You need to work on that. They will talk to you about 2, no more than 3 times and everything. Do a couple of write-ups before they decide that, hey, it's not going to work out. We're going to have to let you go. But then you also have a lot of states that is known as an at-will state. Now, for all of you who don't know what an at-will state, now, I live here in Texas. And Texas is an at-will state. What that means is that it don't matter what the situation is, if a job doesn't find you fit for their company, they can fire you right on the spot, just like that. Now, the thing is, we don't know, or at least I don't know, if this Bree girl lives in an at-will state. And so now, if she does, then yes, her the company that she was working with did have every right to fire her right then and there. But if she didn't, or she doesn't live in an at-will state, and yet she posted something on Monday, got fired on that Friday, that means that they were already discussing amongst themselves to let her go. And so now the thing is, she basically violated the code of ethics. You don't, as a therapist, you're not supposed to get on social media and start talking bad about your patients or anything like that, right? There's stuff that you're really supposed to do. You're supposed to basically keep your patient's information in confidentiality. So for you to get on social media and basically bash and degrade and down talk men, she deserved to get fired. And so now, with that being said, she then talks about how because she lost her job, she's getting evicted. Now, with that, I've actually gotten evicted once before. And so the way eviction works is that they're going to give you an eviction notice, and you actually have at least 30 days to get all your stuff, find another place, and get on out. Now, depending on what the situation is, when it comes to a person, the property that they're living on, the state, XYZ, they can actually give you about a week to 2 weeks. It just depends. So she's claiming that because she lost her job, she is now homeless. Now, let's debunk that. Just because you lost your job, your apartment complex doesn't know that. That means that if you have gotten evicted, that means that you were already behind on your rent, like for a while. And you losing your job is just icing on the cake. But yet, you are still blaming black men for that. Come to find out, though, that she got doxxed. The person that doxxed her was actually a black woman. At least I think it was a black woman. I know it was a woman, but a lot of people are saying it was an African-American woman that doxxed her. And how she got doxxed was that this woman basically wrote an article about her. And so I guess that the article wound up kind of circulating around to where it wound up getting to the company that that Bree was working for. So you mean to tell me that you belittle, degrade men, a woman writes an article about you, basically on the behavior that you're doing, you get fired, you get evicted, and yet instead of you taking accountability for everything that you have said and done and taking accountability for your actions, you start to basically blame all of that on us, black men? Like, how does that sound to you? Now, the thing is, looking around on TikTok, a lot of women were basically agreeing with Bree, saying that yes, it is a black man's fault, all of this. Now, from what I've also heard and understood is that black men were basically calling the company about Bree, saying that this is what was going on. So you mean, like, this just doesn't make sense to me. the fact that all these other black women are taking up for her, or basically backing her up and stuff like that, that right there goes to show the type of character that women like that actually have. Now, mind you, if the genders and the roles were reversed, if it was a man who was a therapist that was giving treatment to women and then getting on social media, basically belittling, degrading women, oh, yeah, of course he would have got fired as well, but all the women would have been like, oh, you were wrong, you are this, no, you are that. They would have had his head on a silver platter. But yeah, because a woman is in a situation, she's the victim. Come fucking on. Like, are you serious with that? That right, like, I am still at a loss for words with all of this. But you also have a lot of women who are, you know, feminists and stuff like that, to where they are basically trying to basically gain a superiority over men. And I don't understand how. Like, how? Like, somebody please make it make sense. Now, mind you, I already know this video might get out and start circulating around and stuff like that all over the YouTube algorithm, and I probably might get dragged and stuff like that for even talking about this topic. Now, with that being said, that possibly will be a small sacrifice in everything that I'm willing to make, but the word needs to be said. Ladies, you have to start taking accountability for what it is that you're doing. You have to start taking accountability for your actions. How can you want a man to take accountability for his actions if yet you are not willing to do the same? This Bree girl got fired due to what it is that she was doing. No man forced her to do all that. But yet somehow it's our fault. Child. So, I just wanted to open this conversation and whatnot, and I just want to see what you guys think about this and whatnot. So yeah, let's hold this conversation in the comments and everything. What do you guys think? Do you think that, you know, like, what do you guys think? Like, if you guys know exactly what's all going on with this, like, let's sit and let's talk about this. I'm going to end this video here. Again, let's talk about it. This has been your boy Scriv, and I'll see you guys next week.